If you are watching this right now, it is not accidental. It means you have reached that quiet but unbearable point where something inside you has started to revolt. You may not be able to name it clearly, but you feel it in your body, in your chest, in the way everyday life suddenly feels heavier than it should. Something no longer fits. Something cracked. There is a growing distance between who you appear to be and who you secretly feel yourself becoming. This moment does not arrive randomly. It arrives when pretending becomes more painful than change. Carl Jung described this as the call to individuation, the moment the psyche refuses to continue living behind masks built for approval, survival, and adaptation. Most people feel this call and immediately silence it, numbing themselves with routine, distraction, productivity, or fear. But some people can no longer ignore it. For them, the discomfort turns into pressure, and the pressure turns into an inner demand that cannot be negotiated away. This is not a breakdown, it is a summons. Normal life begins to reveal its artificial nature, the automatic roles, the borrowed ambitions, the silent compromises that slowly drain meaning from existence. Maybe you are in a relationship that looks fine from the outside but quietly erodes your vitality. Maybe you are in a job that pays the bills while starving something essential inside you. Or maybe the trap is subtler, the fear of disappointing your family. The anxiety of stepping off a path that was chosen for you long before you had the chance to choose yourself. Jung warned that the greatest danger of modern life is not chaos but unconscious conformity, the slow adaptation to a life that is not yours. And when the psyche realizes it has been ignored for too long, it escalates. What once appeared as vague dissatisfaction becomes fatigue, then anxiety, then despair. Dreams intensify. Restlessness grows. And suddenly, you start encountering the exact messages you need, not because the universe is mystical, but because your unconscious is actively searching for a way out. The psyche has its own intelligence, and when the ego runs out of explanations, the unconscious begins to speak through symbols, tension, and moments like this. This is not entertainment. This is a mirror. A confrontation. An invitation to stop anesthetizing yourself and finally listen. The feelings you are experiencing, fear, emptiness, frustration, confusion, are not signs of weakness. They are indicators that the structure you have been living inside has reached its limit. You are not broken. You are being pushed towards something irreversible. And this moment, uncomfortable as it is, cannot be postponed any longer. Most people never realize that what they call a normal life is slowly eroding them from the inside. They wake up, follow routines, meet expectations, repeat behaviors, and mistake familiarity for meaning. Nothing feels dramatically wrong, yet nothing feels truly alive. This is the most dangerous state a human being can enter, not pain, not chaos, but numb adaptation. You were taught early to obey, to fit in, to be reasonable, to seek approval, to choose safety over truth. And so you did everything right. You followed the script. You became functional. But somewhere along the way, you lost contact with yourself. Jung warned that the greatest psychological danger is not disorder, but unconscious conformity. When a person lives according to roles imposed by society, family, or fear, the soul slowly withdraws. What remains is a shell that performs, smiles, and survives, while something essential inside begins to suffocate. That quiet suffocation is what you feel as emptiness, restlessness, boredom, or an unexplainable sadness. You may try to distract yourself with productivity, entertainment, or relationships, but the feeling returns because it is not a problem to be solved, it is a message to be understood. The world will tell you that this discomfort is stress, that you just need rest, motivation, or a new routine. But deep down, you know this is not exhaustion, it is misalignment. It is the pain of living a life that does not belong to you. Normality rewards obedience with comfort, but demands your authenticity in return. Over time, you forget what you actually want, what you feel, who you are beneath the persona. Jung called this a psychic death, a life lived without inner participation. And the tragedy is that society praises this condition, but your psyche refuses to accept it forever. That is why the discomfort grows. That is why the cracks widen. Not to destroy you, but to force you to wake up. We live in a culture that treats suffering as a malfunction, something to suppress, medicate, or distract away. If you feel anxious, you must be weak. If you feel empty, something must be wrong with you. But Jung understood something most people never do. Suffering is not a mistake. It is a signal. A coded message from the psyche that something essential is trying to emerge. What you call an emotional collapse, an existential crisis, or burnout is often the moment when the soul refuses to continue pretending. You are not falling apart. What is falling apart is the false structure you built to survive. The exhaustion, the restlessness, the quiet despair you feel when you are alone are not signs of failure. They are signs of readiness. The unconscious produces symptoms when the ego refuses to listen. Anxiety, numbness, insomnia, confusion, these are not enemies on your path. They are the path. They force you to stop, to question, to confront what you have avoided for years. Society will encourage you to return to normal, to go back to functioning, to become productive again. But that normal is exactly what made you sick. You do not need to be fixed. You need to be transformed. Jung said the unlived life is a disease, and most people die without ever knowing why they were suffering. But you are different. Because instead of numbing yourself completely, you are listening. Pain becomes unbearable only when it is ignored. When you face it, it changes its nature. It becomes initiation. A threshold. A moment where the old identity can no longer hold, and something truer demands space. This is why your discomfort feels urgent. Because time is no longer on the side of Illusio. The psyche is preparing you for a crossing, whether you feel ready or not. Have you ever noticed how the right book lands in your lap, the right conversation hits exactly when you're on the edge, or a video like this shows up when your mind is barely holding together? This is not coincidence. This is synchronicity, a concept Carl Jung described as the universe's way of speaking when logic cannot. The unconscious doesn't shout, it whispers. It sends symbols, signs, people, events. All aligned perfectly with the inner state you've reached. And here's the kicker, you only notice them because you've started paying attention. You've stopped running from the discomfort, from the quiet screams inside you, and now the signs come, subtle, intimate, undeniable. Your soul is magnetizing what it needs to evolve. And it's precise. The universe isn't delivering random gifts. It's delivering the keys to your next step. Every song that makes you cry, every dream that returns. Every message that resonates, these are doors to the life you were meant to live, knocking, waiting, demanding attention. Ignore them, and the pain escalates. Listen, and it becomes your map. But there's no manual. There are no guarantees. Only the courage to follow the whisper into unknown territory, to take the psychic leap that separates those who live half-lives from those who awaken fully. And here's the truth almost nobody will tell you, the leap is terrifying. It will confront you with all your fears, your shadow, the parts of yourself you've spent years hiding. It will scream that you're not ready, that the timing is wrong, that you will fail. But that scream, that's the exact point where transformation is waiting. The edge of fear is the doorway. Step back, and the chance disappears. Step forward, and you meet the life that has been calling you all along. And that, my friend, is the first unshakable rule. The soul will never give a sign you are not ready, only a sign that you must act. Here's the cold truth nobody's gonna sugarcoat for you. no one is coming to save you. No guru, no book, no video, no partner, no boss, no system. That responsibility, it's all yours. And yeah, that hits hard, but it's also the gateway. The moment you stop waiting for an external savior, that's when freedom starts knocking. Your pain, your fear, your restlessness, all of it. It's your inner self screaming, wake up, or keep dying slowly. The leap isn't about having a perfect plan or being 100% ready. You never will be. It's about being fed up with pretending, tired of the lie, and bold enough to say, I don't know what's next, but I can't stay here anymore. That's the threshold of transformation. The ego will freak out, whispering all the reasons to stay, all the ways you might fail. It'll show you every possible scenario of disaster because it's scared of death, symbolic death of the false self you've been clinging to. But here's the secret, that fear is your compass. The edge of fear is the portal. Step into it, stumble if you must, cry if you have to, but step. On the other side, the life waiting is raw, authentic, unapologetic, and fully yours. Survival ends. Authentic existence begins. And now, here's the challenge, don't just feel it, act. Declare it. Write it. Say it. Commit to it. This is the first conscious choice of the life you've been avoiding. Comment below. I choose to cross. Not for likes, not for validation, for your soul. Because naming it is invoking it, and invoking it is stepping into the life that was calling you long before you even realized it. And if you felt this video hit exactly when you needed it, don't stop here. Keep watching. The next part isn't just content, it's another key, another step, another whisper from the unconscious, leading you straight to the life that's waiting beyond fear.